Hello and welcome to a not so awesome review. Today we're taking a look at DC Universe Rebirth issue 1. It's a one shot and it is really good. I'm gonna tell you right away, 5 out of 5, just because I liked it that much. It does have to do a lot with Flashpoint. We find out that somebody from that universe is still kind of around, and yeah, so I'm gonna have, I guess, minor spoilers. It's really hard to talk about this without them getting there, but I'm going to try and keep all of the big stuff out, though, be on the lookout, because people probably will spoil it. It's kind of one of the big spoilers if you just search that comic book, because you want to buy it, will just come up on the news right away, so that kind of sucks, but, yeah, let's go on from there. So, my minor spoiler, and he was in the preview, so it's not that big of a thing, but Wally West from the Flashpoint, pre-Flashpoint universe is basically returned, and this has to do with something that happened in the last issue of Justice League, issue 50, which actually just came out today. And it's funny, in the bottom of the first page here, it tells you to read issue 52 and issue 50 of Justice League, and that's because they both contain, this contains spoilers from both of those series. But yeah, Wally West has basically been trapped trying to get back into the, Earth, I guess you could say, and he's talking about how usually I don't know if it's his wife or his girlfriend, because I'm not 100% sure on, his history and everything, but, she's the one that usually brings him into the universe when something like this happens to him, when he's kind of, I don't know if it's, going too fast, or, slipped out of the universe, whatever's happened. It's, I'm not big on Flash. I do want to read The Flash, I just haven't gotten around to it. But, yeah, basically, she's the one who usually brings him in, and he can't find her. So he's going around kind of being drawn to a bunch of other people, first being Batman. He tries to warn him and tell him about, remember how you got that letter from your dad. Because the main thing that happened at the end of Flashpoint was that anybody involved, including Barry, who's basically the only one, forgot. They started forgetting the previous universe. So when Barry gave the letter to Bruce, he was already starting to forget the previous universe, and then kind of just shifted over to the New 52 and kind of lost all his memories from that. And Wally is slowly losing it. He's slowly forgetting things every time he pops through. He pops through to a few different people, and he's trying to get his message across that he knows somebody's done this. He knows somebody's taken away 10 years. He's going to different characters. One good example, which was also in the preview, is Green Arrow and Black Canary. They were married in the pre-Flashpoint universe. And in this universe, they don't really know each other. And he kind of mentions how, they didn't just steal 10 years. They stole kind of, our lives, our loved ones, and all this other stuff. He is happy, some other things are working out for other characters. But, yeah, he's basically trying to get that message across, because he knows somebody's there. He thinks the war is coming. And the reason that the 10 years were taken away from them was to weaken them. Which, it's a pretty good strategy, considering... I would say Superman would probably be the best example, where he's not, this Superman, a lot of people I think the other one better, and, that's something else that's in here that's kind of interesting, if you've read it, or no. I had to look it up online. It's a spoiler, so I'm not going to mention much of that, but, yeah, the story is really good. I actually liked it. It's going through, a bigger story. How do I put this? I like that it's basically showing you, why the Flash returning, or, him, undoing what he did in Flashpoint caused this universe. Because they're basically saying he didn't. They're saying somebody else did. And I think that's really good. I think the whole story is really good. We have, a little thing with Ray Palmer. He gets kind of a little 2 pages, which is more than most of the other characters going on there. And yeah, it's a really good story. I don't want to say anymore, because spoilers. And trust me, if you think I've like said anything, you read it and you'll know. But like I said, if you actually just search the name of one of the comic books that that is spoiled in here, that's not spoiled. If you search the name of a certain book right now, it will kind of spoil this book in a small way. So that kind of sucks, but yeah. So the art in it is definitely good. I do like it. I think it looks really nice. Just like I said, the story is good. I actually really like Wally West. Not this version particularly. I mean, I'm not saying that he's bad, but I like the animated version of Wally West. He's the one Flash that I grew up with watching, knowing of, and I'm glad that he's kind of in here just because he's a character that I like. And yeah, it's a good starting for a new, I guess you could say, major event coming at some point. I believe that this story is supposed to pan out in the next few years. We're supposed to be getting like little bits of it. Eventually, I'm sure it's going to lead into a big event. I'm hoping that big event doesn't happen too soon, because you don't want big event after big event. Marvel does this, I think, every year. There's like one or two events. I'm not saying it's bad, but you have to do it right. You have to like time it out right. And I think, like, for all we know, this has been planned since the beginning. I want to say I doubt that, because I think the New 52 was mostly just for newer people to get on. But this, the way it ties into it, it's really good. It's really good, and I recommend it. I recommend Flashpoint. It says, read Justice League 50 and Superman 52 before reading this. And, I did read Justice League, and yeah, it's definitely worth reading just because it will spoil those books. But I don't know, if you're not planning on reading them, or if you don't want to wait for a trade, yeah, just read it. Honestly, it's that good. Read Flashpoint if you haven't, because it's pretty good, and it calls back into that, and I like it. There's really not much else for me to say. Like I said, I want to give it a 5 out of 5, because one other thing I don't think I mentioned was that there's no ads. In the very back, the last few pages are ads for the new issue 1s, but throughout the whole thing, there's no ads. The book's actually divided up into different chapters with different names, and I believe each one is a different artist. Maybe, I think the first 2 are the same artist, and after that we get different artists and different, maybe inkers and stuff. But aside from that, it's the same writer, and I think it's really good. I actually would have liked it if they printed this in a prestige format, which is basically the like skinny trade paperback, but that probably would have raised the price. So, it's a good thing they didn't, I guess. But yeah, it's good. I recommend it. Get it, read it if you're at all interested in DC and you're thinking, well, do I want to start now that this whole Rebirth event's happening? I think it might be a good time. Everything's starting on issue 1. The way Batman let off, the last issue of Batman that came out last week, it doesn't seem like there's going to be anything, like, it's not going to be, how do I put this? You're not going to have to have read anything from the last Batman ones to start this new story arc, I want to say. I'm sure that they'll do callbacks to different issues and stuff, because they always do that with comic books. We'll mention something that happened here when we meet a different character or whatever. But it's a new story arc. That's my best way of putting it. It's a new story arc for them, so that helps. Because, jumping on comic books in the middle of a story arc is a little bit hard sometimes. You have no idea what's going on. And, yeah, I think it's a good time to start getting on those. But we'll see, because I will be doing a review on those when they come out. The first 4 issue 1s come out next week, and I will be doing those. And I think I just repeated myself. So, yeah, I'm going to finish this review here. DC Universe Rebirth. I recommend it. Get it. Read it. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, hit the like button, comment down below, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.